Yeah, just touched on it. Really gritty win. The Breeze was playing a bit of havoc, and you defended the Breeze in the last quarter. What did you make of that performance out there?
Yeah, I thought it was an outstanding win in the end. I think it was 2 goals, 5 with it in the first quarter, another out in the full from a very gettable shot. So we've played in the wind the last 2 weeks. If you don't make the most of that win, you can put yourself under stress. And their quality in the second quarter came to life with 2 massive goals from the centre bounce, and Evans gets a really clean drop of ball. And so it was at 13 at half time. And yeah, I just thought we were prepared to grind over a half rather than try and win it in 10 minutes, which not really us anyway. And to go up into the wind and kick a couple and keep them they kicked one the last, Evans kicked one. Yeah. So to go up into the wind and win it, I thought it was full of merit.
And you looked like the bigger bodies in the midfield got better and looked bigger and better as the game wore on. Did you see it that way?
Spot on. I didn't think we were good enough in that area. I didn't think we were far off in the first half, but there, Hagan and Mead and Trent Dumont have been a bit of a pain in the neck for us, and I thought our second half was really strong. So Nunn, Kennelly, Roker, Lowe through there as well. Sermon and Boyd played terrific games against Vicentini and Hayes, a pretty tough ruck combo. So around the ball was what helped us change momentum and helped us defend when they had the win in the last quarter.
And I thought Peter Seymour had a big role. He was intercepting, he was hitting targets when he was rebounding as well. He was particularly in the first half when you were under stress occasionally in that second quarter, and he stood up pretty tall today.
In modern footy, worth the weight in gold if you're going to get intercept markers, put their body on the line. And I think Pearce is as courageous an aerial player as in this competition. And yeah, he continually puts himself in the line of fire. And he's probably been a bit agitated himself because he's probably dropped the easy one each week over the last few weeks. And then today he takes some really challenging ones, but his kick as well is really important for us and leadership. So yeah, Pearce is 4th game back now, maybe 5th, and so he's getting into his condition and yeah, looking like Pearce Seymour again, which is great.
And a couple of the big boys clonking some marks up front, that must have been pretty pleasing for you too.
Yeah, well, Connor McLean's been really good for the last 3 weeks. We've been really happy with him, but Sermon's games got better and better. He was out for a long period of time. It's his 3rd or 4th in a row now, and his marking was excellent. I thought Liam Robinson's second half, it was fantastic to jump up and take that mark in the last quarter and stand up into the wind and kick a goal as a 3-game player. It was really great signs that we've got a bit of depth. We've got a couple of young blokes in reserve still in that 2nd, 3rd tall forward growing their game. So for Liam to come up, and he only came in yesterday because we lost Warburton, so very satisfied to see him perform well.
And you did it with the depleted bench as well, because Matty Ling got the head knock early, so you were down to 3 for nearly the whole match.
Pretty much the whole game, yeah. It was about 6 minutes in when Ling came off, and yeah, listened to him talk to the doctor. We weren't overly confident he was going to go back on. So the last 2 weeks we had a player come off early in the second and then one in the first quarter, and that for me that's full credit to our playing group. And Scott Bassett, who does our high performance, has done a great work with the group over the last 4 to 6 weeks, and it's starting to come through.
And there's been times obviously when hope has appeared lost to Norwood supporters, but you've won 2 in a row now and your 2 wins outside the 5, so it's not impossible. You're not even that far out now.
No, well, when you're zipping 8, you start wondering and questioning, but you get some sort of run on and belief back into how you play, and for it to stack up under pressure as well. Port have been really good this year, and I thought South win last week was full of merit. So we've made some good inroads in our footy, and there's a fair bit more left in us, in my opinion. So good for them to go into a bye having that feeling and be able to come back and launch into. I think we've got Sturt after the break and Sturt, so it not get any easier. But if we were to do anything this season, we're going to have to do it the hard way, and that's probably sometimes the best way.
Yeah, powerful second half, Twig. What did you love most about it? 4 of the last 5 goals to run away with it.
Yeah, to keep them to 1 goal in the second half, to keep them goals in the third, and for us to score up into it as well. We got some good exposure to how to play into the wind last week, and we did it well last week, both second and fourth quarter, and then in that last quarter was really satisfying to keep them to 1 goal. I thought their pure talent at times really impacted the game in the second quarter, with Burgoyne and Vicentini and Evans kicking some of their goals. So really pleased, like I mentioned before, to be 1 down and to be able to stick to the way of playing and lift in an area. Well, I think we were just off at half time with our contest play, and in the second half our contest is probably equal, if not as good as it's been all year.
Yeah, how much did you love the desperation? You know, Sam Morris threw himself in front of a big pack. Panos and I think Hurd had big wins in the last quarter as well.
Yeah, well, that became on repeat, which is, we just touched on our meeting that the leadership within the group is really strong, and they lead young people, so Creswell and Transfer and Robinson, they follow, and Morris's effort ends up repelling an inside 50 and potential mark for Lord. I thought Kendall's run down tackle will do mine after we got a dubious free kick against us, and I think Creswell had an attack on the ball in the first quarter, which was really strong. Stockdale made some really good plays of just closing space. So yeah, there'll be a few to choose from, and that's what it takes to win games in this competition. But equally, when you're behind the game, like we got to, was it 3 goals down one stage in the second, around that range, and to fight back shows how much character the group's got.
Yeah, just finally, how much was made of Port Norwood rivalry within the meetings this week? Massive for the club, a cup that's been reinstated. Is it a big thing within your footy department?
It is. Yeah, you get quickly educated when you come to this club about what it means for both sides, and yeah, we're well aware of our part to play when it becomes Port Norwood, whether it's Albion or at the parade, and yeah, the reinvigoration of the cup I think is a fantastic idea, and it's ironic that I think we lost by 7, then we won by 7, and
Yeah.
I think we landed.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's a big deal, and it's up to all of us, both clubs, to keep making sure that historic rivalry is still relevant today.
Thanks, Twig.